What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another account progression video. Alright, so it is time for another Tier 2 character, and we're going to be getting Miles Morales to Tier 2. So after we got his new uniform here into the Spider-Verse, I've been wanting to Tier 2 him, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's go ahead and take a look at him before we Tier 2 him. So for the gears here, we'll have just one Ignore Defense Uru in each of the gears, and that's just so I can get his Ignore Defense maxed out or as close to max as I can, just because that does make a pretty big difference in some of the damage that you might see during world boss fights. So I definitely wanted to make sure that that was as high as I could get it for the video. And then for his skills here, we have basically the 3rd, 4th, and 5th skill leveled up. So the 3rd skill right here just gives us a higher stack for the all defense down, and of course that shock damage goes up a little bit. The 4th skill here, again, only the shock damage goes up on this skill, so you don't need to level this one up if you don't want to, because that doesn't really affect the world bosses. So yeah, the 5th skill right here, we want this one leveled up because we get that all attack, all speed, and crit rate boost, so that's really nice. Besides that, we have his ISO 8 set here, which is Overdrive, and it is just a activated set, not an awakened set, so we only have 3-star and 4-star ISO 8s on him, so definitely could work a little bit here. And do have Overdrive. You could go with either one, Overdrive or Power the Angry Hulk, because I don't think he had, did he have an attack speed boost? Oh, he did have an all speed boost, so actually Overdrive is going to be the ideal set for him. You don't really want to, yeah, his passive is an all-speed buff as well, so his attack speed should be maxed out without needing Power of the Angry Hulk, so you can just go with Overdrive as his optimal set. But of course, any damage set I think would work fine on him, so if you don't want to waste a ton of gold, Power of the Angry Hulk will still work, but you're going to be kind of wasting that attack speed. So the custom gear that we have here is going to be a immune to guard break, crit damage, and a damage proc. So I went with a damage proc just to try to get the most out of this character in terms of World Boss Ultimate, because I wanted to see how well he'll do there, because his Tier 2 passive, of course, gives him that massive increase against supervillains. So I just wanted to test him out and see how good he'll be there. His uniform, we have it at Heroic, and I did put it up to Heroic just so I could get this 3rd slot there. I don't have the uniform for the 2nd slot, so that's why there's only 2 of them showing up here. But I wanted that Ignore Defense, so I didn't have to put more Uru on him, and this saves me a little time of fusing up the Uru, so that's why we have his uniform leveled up a little bit. And I'll show you here on the details. We did get our Ignore Defense pretty close. It's at 49%. Our skill cooldown is also at 49%, so pretty much capped out there. And then the crit rate and crit damage are quite low. Actually, the crit damage is nice, but the crit rate is quite low on him, so I could probably put some crit rate Uru on him if I decide to use the character more. And as you can see, the attack speed is already really, really close to being capped out. So yeah, you don't really need Power of the Angry Hulk on him. So let's go ahead and get around to finally Tier 2ing him. And yes, we are going to be Tier 2ing him naturally, because I have all of the resources here, so I'm just going to save my tickets, and boom, there we go. Alright, Miles Morales is our newest Tier 2. We have the Ultimate Spider-Man. So we're going to be getting Ignore Dodge from his Tier 2, which is, or Ignore Dodge, a guaranteed dodge from his Tier 2, which is really nice. So we have 25% there. And then we got an increase to our skill damage and bonus damage. So we have skill damage 32%, bonus damage 25%. And finally, the big boost from his Tier 2 is going to be the increased damage dealt to supervillain type characters by 120%. So that's really, really nice. That's like having a really low rolled obelisk damage proc on your character at all time, 120% flat up to all of your attacks, which is pretty nice. So we should hopefully be seeing some really nice damage out of this character here. So let's go ahead and back out. We have the Spider Apprentice. Alright, very, very good. So now that we have Miles freshly Tier 2'd, let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of gameplay and just see how he performs. Alright, so here we are at Proxima for World Boss Ultimate. She is my preferred World Boss for today, so I thought it would be fitting to fight her anyway, since she is vulnerable to physical and speed characters, so Miles will work just fine here. So we're going to be using this team. We have Beast for the leadership, the 50% increase to physical attack, and then we have Coulson just for his Tier 2 passive, of course, as always. And then for the strikers, we are going to be running full damage against supervillain strikers with anti-venom there for the heal, or the healing globs, to hopefully help keep Miles alive, because I did do a few trial runs just to make sure I know how to play the character, and yeah, he's hard to keep alive. So yeah, if you wanted to be safe with him, you kind of just have to use only 3 of his skills, so you can't really work in the 2 without iframes, so you just use all of his iframe skills. And that does help keep him alive, but he cannot take a hit, which you'll probably see here if I make any kind of mistakes. So let's just hop right in. Alright, so do our roar, switch over to Miles here, get our 5th skill going. Got no damage proc, then I do the 5th skill into the 1st skill, and then I do the 3rd skill because he kind of ends pretty far away from the enemy. So it's a really nice skill to use to create some distance between you and the world boss here. But our damage proc is off. There we go. We got it on the 5th skill finally. And we do have those stupid black tornadoes to deal with. So those things can be another hazard in themselves. So doing okay so far. But as soon as I take a hit, you'll just see his health disappear. So definitely like sticking to this rotation right here. You'd use the 5th skill, pray that you get your damage proc there, then hop right into the 1st skill, and then finally end with the 3rd skill so that you can create a little bit of distance between you and Proxima so that you can continue kiting around for your skills to come off of cooldown. Because you do have a lot of movement on the 4th skill, so you can try to throw it in, but it is not an iframe at all, so you can definitely get clipped while you're using... Oh gosh. Run. Ooh, just barely. Almost got clipped by some of those there. So you can definitely get punished while using the 4th skill quite easily by Proxima. But as you can see, the damage is not bad. I expected it to be a little bit higher, but as you saw at the start, I kind of have a pretty just base build on him. I haven't put too much investment because the uniform is at heroic. We have a 160 proc on him. 160 proc. We have just 3-star ISO 8s on him. My cards are probably, I would consider, average compared to most players, so this is probably like an average build for Miles here. It's kind of what you might expect to get out of him. So I don't want to say that he can't do higher than stage 30 here, because he definitely could if you probably put a more optimal build on him, maybe a CTP, that kind of thing. But for me, I tried like 35 and 39 and stuff like that, and I wasn't doing enough damage, so that's why I had to go down to stage 30 here. Things are getting a little close here. Need to heal up. Grab those healing globs there. Oh, run away. Got purple circles. They're tracking us down. Is there more healing over here? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Anti-venom, man. I swear, best striker, man. If you need help surviving, anti-venom is the way to go. Uh-oh. Switch characters. Yeah, the purple circles there would have wrecked us. We kind of were swinging our way right back through them. A little bit of distraction. There's more. Oh, there's more purple circles. Ow. Alright, let's switch over here. We'll get our buff going again, because why not? Oh, alright, there we go. We're on to the final phase here for Proxima. Let's get our 5th skill. Definitely wanted to use the 3rd skill right away there, because the 1st skill usually land directly on your target. So I definitely would have gotten killed by all of... well, we might just die here anyway. Ooh, we dodged it. But we might have gotten killed by those red circles, because those things will pretty much immediately wipe away your health. Alright, can we get through here? Ooh, yes we can. Oh, there's more purple. I was just about to use an attack there as well. That was close. I don't know, are we going to be able to finish this in time? We only have a little bit of time left here. I have to play a little more aggressive. I definitely have not been playing very aggressive, so I probably would have been able to clear it by now if I was playing more aggressive. So I might have to try to work in a few other skills here, see if we can't pick up the pace a little bit. Yeah, I think we're going to be a little bit short. Yeah, she's doing the purple. Yeah, we're going to be a little bit short here. We got close, though. Yeah, we'll be dead here. Didn't really matter. So we got 3 bars left. That was stage 30. We did have full strikers, but again, I was playing pretty passively there, so I think that I definitely would have been able to clear stage 30 here, but for my particular build on him, I don't think I could push much higher than stage 30, even if I was playing more aggressive, because I did do a lot of kiting around in this one, because I just wanted to make sure that I kept him alive so you could see him a little bit better, and I don't just keep dying over and over, because, yeah, he really is a glass cannon. His damage, where it did get a huge boost with his uniform here, it still doesn't seem anything spectacular compared to our other high DPS characters, so he's definitely not going to be someone that you want to rank or tier 2 specifically to like push like really high stages of World Boss Ultimate, or at least that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from him, but he does seem like a very solid clear for some of the higher floors in World Boss Ultimate to mid floors, depending on where you're at with your current roster, current build and cards and that kind of thing. So yeah, hopefully this helps you in deciding if you were going to tier 2 Miles for yourself. And like I said, this is pretty much just the average build for him, so that's going to be it for this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.